In today's class, we are going to solve aptitude PYQs. This is part 3. Questions are from GATE 2025 Mechanical PAR paper. Please make a note, all these 3 exams were conducted on the same day and same shift. Therefore, the aptitude questions are common to all. Let us start the lecture with the very first question. Pause the video, try by yourself, then look at my solution. Tried? So the question says, fish is to shoal, lion is to what? Basically, fish is single, but group of fish would be said as shoal. So lion is single, group of lion would be definitely pride. School is not correct. Forest is not correct because forest would be group of trees. Series is group of numbers. This school can also be said as group of fishes. Okay. But we are in search of group of lion, which is pride. So option is correct. If you are just referring the notes, so the format of the notes is, first you will get the 10 questions, then you will get question, answer key and detailed solution. So that if you are short of time, you just want to refer the notes, you can do your practice via notes as well. Lectures are the add-on. If you want to learn from me or you want to practice via the video lectures, you can do it. Or you may need solutions with video lectures. So that is the reason. Understood. Now, going to the second question, identify the grammatically correct sentence. We have 4 options. Pause the video, try, then look at my solution. Tried. What is the answer? It takes time, right? This paper is a moderate level paper, not as easy as you have dealt with the part 1 and part 2. This paper was a good paper. Okay. So first of all, the option A says it is I who am responsible for this fiasco. What is fiasco? It's the mistake, complete mistake. I am responsible for that mistake. So this is the context going on. So if that is the case, I find nothing wrong with the vocabularies because I who am responsible makes sense. I know for now people say I am responsible for this mistake, but this is old fashioned English. It is I who am responsible for this fiasco. Okay, but nothing wrong. So right option. But why the other options are wrong? It is myself who is responsible for this fiasco. It is myself. This sounds completely wrong. Myself comes when there is I before it. I hate myself. I love myself. I is not there. So it is myself who is responsible. Makes no sense. Complete wrong grammar. Option C, it is I who is responsible for this fiasco. I needs am, not is. This is a mistake. It is I who are responsible. Who are means plural. Or maybe you say you are responsible, but not I who are. Okay. They who were, or something like they, you, has this are, but I who are doesn't make any sense. Therefore, this is wrong. Understood? Even you try to speak it and try to listen. Does it make sense? If yes, correct. If no, then wrong. That also make a good technique to solve the grammar question because the level of GATE exam in the English section is very easy, unlike the GRE or CAT exams where the level is tough. Understood? Okay, going forward for the question number 3, quants. Pause the video, try, then look at my solution. Tried? So what does this question says? 2 cars P and Q start from a point X in India at 10 a.m. This is point X, P and Q are starting from here at this time. Car P travels north with a speed of 25 km per hour. This is the speed of P, right? Car Q travels east with a speed of 30 km per hour. This is speed of Q. So if I draw the directions, P is going in the north direction. Q is going in the east direction. Right? And now car P travels continuously, but car Q stops for some time after traveling for 1 hour. Make a note, car P travels continuously. So there is no stopping, it travels continuously. Whereas Q stops for some time after traveling for 1 hour. So suppose he traveled for 1 hour continuously, then he's stopping for some time and then he's continuing his journey. That's how the scenario is going for Q. Further, if both the cars are at same distance from X at 11:30 a.m. Okay, so started with the 10, ended at 11:30 a.m. So total time duration is 1.5 hours, isn't it so? 1 hour 30 minutes, or you may say it as 1.5 hours. Makes sense. So what's interesting here is, so both the cars are at the same distance. So distance traveled by P and distance traveled by Q, both are same. So if this is dP and this is dQ, dP is actually dQ as per the data. Now they want you to find how long in minutes did car Q stop. Q stopped here, so you have to find the stopping time but in minutes. Understood? You have to find the stopping time in minutes. How will you do it? Question is good. Whenever word problem comes, first always draw the diagram, then figure it out what is the data. Both of them are traveling for this time, right? They have this speed. P speed is less, Q speed is more. Therefore, even after Q is stopping for some time and then further continuing, in this time frame, both of them are traveling the same distance, right? Because there was difference in speed. Q was faster, P was slower. So even if Q rests, he will reach the same distance. Now they are asking how much time he is resting. Okay, so whenever this kind of question comes, start with the data which is easy to go. This data is easy to go. dP we do not know, speed of P we know, and time taken by P we know. So if time and speed is known by this data, can you find dP? Yes, speed is distance by time, so distance is speed into time. Once you get dP, you will say dP is dQ. Once you get dQ, you can go with the story of Q and you can find the stopping time. That's how the thought process is to get the answer. Understood? Okay. So let us see the P story. Speed was given, time was 1.5 hours, units are good to go, kilometer per hour, hour, multiply them, hour will get cancelled, kilometer will be left. So dP is equal to SP into TP, which is 37.5 kilometer. Makes sense? dP is dQ, so it is also 37.5 kilometer. Speed of Q was 30 kilometer per hour. Now, time taken by Q would be what? Distance by speed, because speed is distance by time, so time would be distance by speed. So this is the time. Now this is the time if Q was not resting. If Q had this speed and if he wants to travel this distance where he is not stopping, where he is continuously moving, then this is your time. But in the real story, Q stopped here for some time. Therefore, the total time taken by Q was 1.5 hours. If he was not stopping, this is the time Q was taking, right? The faster, the less time, right? But Q stopped, therefore time got increased. This is the final time. So the difference between these two time is the stopping time, right? This is how you can say the total time was 1.5 hours because why total time was 1.5 hours? Because there was a stopping time. There was a stopping time plus this is the time which actually needed to cover. If there was zero stopping time, then the final answer was this thing. Since there is a stopping time, so final answer is 1.5 hours. With this time plus stopping time gives you the resultant time. Understood? So stopping time is 1.5 minus 1.25, which is 0.25 hours, but they need answer in minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes, multiply 15 minutes. That's the final answer. Understood? So diagram, data, what we have to find, and then the thought process behind it. This is how you have to tackle. Question number 4 in front of your screen. The ceiling function of real number x denoted by c of x is defined as the smallest integer that is greater than or equal to x. Similarly, the floor function denoted by flx is defined as the largest integer that is smaller than or equal to x. Which one of the following statement is not correct for all possible values of x? We have 4 options. Okay, so pause the video, try by yourself, then look at my solution. Again, the question is good because first you have to understand the data and then you have to analyze all the options to get the correct answer. Right? What is the answer? Answer is D because first let us understand the ceiling and the floor function. I know some students will be unable to decode the English, so I will convert into maths and try to make it simple. First, you have to see our technique to solve this question is there are 3 options which would be correctly stated and one option which is wrongly stated. You have to find that wrongly stated option, that not correct statement for all the possible values of x. You have to identify that, okay? The wrong statement. That is your answer key. First thing is this. Second thing, ceiling function. Whenever you have integer, there is no problem for the ceiling and floor. See, if you take integer 3, ceiling of 3 is 3. If you take integer 3, then floor of 3 is 3. Problem happens when there is a fraction. Then we need concepts. Suppose my x is 3.1. Then what is ceiling of 3.1? As per the definition, ceiling is the smallest integer that is greater than or equal to x. Not small, greater than or equal to x. In that smallest integer you have to pick. Which means if this is the number line, and this is integer 3, integer 4, your 3.1 is somewhere here, 3.1. So what they are saying is, just look at the right side. In simple terms I am explaining. Just look at the right side. And among that right side, you have to pick the smallest integer. So who is the smallest? 4. Because 5 would be greater, 6 is more greater, 7, infinity is the ultimate greater. So in right, there are many greater players. You have to pick the smallest integer from the right. That would be 4. Understood? See, that's what the ceiling x is saying. Smallest integer that is greater than or equal to x. This thing. Easy. If this thing is understood, then there is a confusion in mind of students. If I ask them ceiling of 1.5, they will happily say, oh, it would be 2, because 1.5 is here. Then in the right side, there is 2, 3, 4, 5 integers, and the smallest would be 2. So 2 is the answer. But now when I ask them, tell me ceiling of minus 1.5, they are like minus 2. That is wrong. This is the subconscious trap. 1.5 is 2, then minus 1.5 would be minus 2. This is what your subconscious mind is saying, not the maths. Because if you look at the maths, if you make the diagram properly, this is your minus 1.5, this is your minus 1, this is your minus 2, right? So what you have to do is, you will say, from here, I have to look at the right, right? In that right, I have to look at the smallest integer, right? So the smallest integer is what? Minus 1. Then how come here you said minus 2? Minus 2 is not in our region. How come you said minus 2? So don't go with the emotion. Always go with the maths. Always follow your system. If your system says mark the point and just look the right region. In that right region, who is the smallest integer? That is your ceiling function value. So minus 1 was the smallest integer. That is the value. That is the answer. Understood? If understood, then same goes for the floor function. Floor of the integer is integer, but what if I have fraction? So 3.1. This is my 3, this is my 4, this is 3.1, right? So floor function of 3.1. Look carefully. Floor function definition says largest integer that is smaller than or equal to x. Largest integer that is smaller than or equal to x. In simple terms, it means from this point, look at the left region and just mark this largest integer. So 3 is the largest. All the other would be the smaller. Then 3. So 3 is the largest. 3 is the answer. Now again, if you check for the negative, this is minus 2, this is minus 1. Here we have minus 1.5. Just look at the left region and tell me who is the largest integer. Minus 2. That is the answer. As simple as that. Understood how to deal with the ceiling and the floor function. In short, in the ceiling, look at the right. Who is the smallest? Pick. In the floor, look at the left. Who is the largest? Pick that. Now coming to the options. How to deal with this kind of question? 2 ways. X can be fraction. X can be integer. If I start with x as a fraction, let us say 3.5. And I check for every option. Apparently all the options were correct. See, when I keep x as 3.5, what happened is ceiling of 3.5. Right, who is the smallest integer? 4. X was 3.5. So can I say 4 is greater than or equal to 3.5? Yes, 4 is greater than 3.5. Makes sense. So correct. Floor of 3.5. in the left, who is the largest integer? 3. And x is 3.5. So 3 is less than 3.5, makes sense. Correct. Here, ceiling we know, if I keep x is 3.5, we know ceiling is what? 4. Floor is what? 3. 4 greater than 3 makes sense. Here, floor 3, ceiling 4. 3 is less than 4 makes sense, right? So all the option made sense. So I cannot find the wrong statement, and therefore I cannot find the answer. What to do? Go for the next style of x, which is integer. Now keep x is integer, keep x is 3. And the fun part is, in the integer, ceiling of x is floor of x, and that is equal to x. Isn't it so? I have explained this already. See, ceiling of 3 is 3, floor of 3 is 3. So ceiling of 3, floor of 3 is actually 3. So ceiling of x, floor of x is actually x. If this concept is clear, then can I say, okay, not here, when, okay, here only, when x is integer, right? So when x is integer, can I say this thing is x, this thing is x, this is x, this is x, this is x, this is x? You will surely get one thing wrong. See, here x greater than equal to x. So if equal is there, makes sense, x equal to x, right? X is less than equal to x, yes, equal is there, makes sense. X is greater than equal to x, equal is there, makes sense. X is less than x, how come 3 less than 3, 4 less than 4, how come it will happen? It won't happen. So wrong statement, so correct option. Wrong statement, so correct option. Make sense? Question number 5 in front of a screen. P and Q play chess frequently against each other of this matches. P has won 80% of the matches, drawn 15% of the matches, and lost 5% of the matches. If they play 3 more matches, what is the probability of P winning exactly 2 of these 3 matches? A, B, C, D, we have 4 options. Pause the video, try, then look at my solution. Okay, tried. I know what you guys are doing. Sir, we are playing 3 matches. P wins exactly 2 times. So now there are multiple cases since position is not fixed. So what can happen is win, lose. No, we have 3 possibility: win, draw, lose. So if draw or lose is there, which actually means he is not winning. When win is there, then only we say he is winning. But draw or lose, not winning. So we'll get 6 cases where exactly 2 wins are there for the P person, like win, win, draw, or win, draw, win, or draw, win, win. Similarly, win, win, lose, win, lose, win. 6 cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cases. For every case you solve, then add all the cases and then you will get the final answer. That is not what I recommend. I know you will get option A like this. This is lengthy method. Ask yourself, don't you feel this is a probability distribution? They need exactly 2 wins out of 3 matches. 3 matches, 3 independent events. X is 2. Win is a success, not win is a failure. 2 probabilities. And 4th, position is not fixed. Like win at which position? First match, second match, third match? No position fixed. So whenever these 4 pointers come together, we say it as binomial distribution. Total matches 3, so n is 3. P is winning, which is 80%, so 0.8. Q is not winning, which means draw or lose. So combine it is 20%, which is 0.2. X is 2, exact 2 wins. And that's it. Probability distribution, binomial distribution says NCX P to the power X, Q to the power N minus X. N, P, Q, everything we know, X we know, substitute, you will get this. 3C2 is 3C3 minus 2, which is 3C1. 3C1 is 3. And other things you have to put in the calculator, multiply, you will get 0.384. But we do not have answer in that format. So now again open calculator, substitute 48 by 125, you will get the same value, 0.384. That is the correct answer. This is a faster approach. This is also a good approach. If you want to, you can also cut down this to this format. This is 3 times of case 1. This is also 3 times of this case 4. And then you add it out and you will get the answer a little faster. Okay. Anyhow you do, you will get the same answer. Question number 6 in front of a screen. Pause the video, try, then look at my solution.